It's a blue day. Hey guys, it's Lita. I hope you're all amazing. And if you are not, I hope my video puts a smile on your beautiful faces and makes you laugh. Oh, I am so excited right now to be doing this video for you guys. It's another Lita's Anime Thoughts. Where in this segment in my channel, this is where I talk about an anime that I've seen or watched, and I just basically give you guys my thoughts about it, what I loved about it, what I didn't like about it. And today's choice, I'm so excited to be talking about. You have no idea how much I love this anime. Today I'm going to be reviewing and talking about Nagi no Asukara, or aka A Lull in the Sea. Nagi no Asukara is a fantasy drama romance. It's 26 episodes long and it's by the studio PA Works. You may know PA Works for similar works such as Another and Charlotte. The story of Nagi no Asukara takes place long ago where humans used to live in the sea, but there were humans that craved to live up on the surface. So those people cast aside their ability to live underwater and went to live on the human surface. As we roll over to the present day, now the land and sea are divided between those who stayed behind to live in the sea and those who left the sea to live on land. The story is mainly about these four characters, Chisaki, Kaname, Manaka and Hikari, and they live in the sea village as Shioshishio. They are sadly forced to have to attend school on the human surface as their middle school closes down. The humans of the land and sea are forced to now try and get along with each other. I could be doing that all day. First thing I want to say about Nagi no Asukara, it is one of the most beautiful animes I have ever watched in my entire life. Obvious things that it is to fall in love with this series is obviously the insanely amazing, beautiful, I could say all the greatest words in the world, animation. Just, PA Works. They ungodly, this is their best work ever in my opinion. And I think mainly for the majority of like reviews I've watched on YouTube and of reviews I've read on like WordPress and stuff and blogs, everyone has said the same thing about the animation. It's just goddamn beautiful. And if anybody said that it wasn't beautiful, ooh, we'd be in the ring. We'd be in the fighting ring with Lita. The animation is absolutely flawless. Every emotional, deep scene in this series, the setting just sets the mood, it really does. And I think really the pinpoint of where the animation, I think it is at its most beautiful, is when it comes to the scenes of going into the Shioshishio sea village. And oh my god, the way they captured this sea village world, oh my god, it just made me want to go live there. Like, I want to go live in Shioshishio. Personally for me, I've always loved the water, the ocean, and I felt like when I watched this series, it was made for me. It was made for me to fall in love with, and the animation I think really made me realize that. It did. It made me realize that this anime, I was meant to fall in love with it. That sounds so ridiculous, I know. PA Works, you did a godly, amazing job at the animation. It just has the ability to really just set the mood for some of the real dramatic scenes that occur in this series and some of the real emotional scenes. And it just fits in with every single freaking bloody scene. Like, I can't really describe that anymore to you. Sure, the animation is amazing, but that's not one of the main reasons why I fell in love with this show. The main reason I fell in love with this show was of what it represented and what it was trying to embody, really. And that was change, of how things in life change, and I felt it was beautifully represented through our main characters, which is quite a big cast of characters, probably about 8. There is Hikari, Chisaki, Kaname, Manaka, Tsugumu, Mayu, and Sayu. But Mayu and Sayu, they really only become more relevant in this series in probably the second half of the series, not so much the first half. So our real focus really goes on Chisaki, Hikari, Manaka, and Tsugumu, and Kaname, if I missed anyone out, oh god. The characters in this show would be really not hard to fall in love with. Hikari, now some people may think he's gonna, at the start of the anime, he's this really whiny brat, but surprisingly throughout the entire series he became one of my favourite. He really does mature and he really embraces change, he does, because there's always so much change going on in the series, so many different twists, and it also, you know, represents about how life is, how, you know, things change in life when we don't want them to, and he really embraces that, and that's how his characters just be able to fully develop and just bloom, really, and I really love that about Hikari's character. Kaname is one of the characters I felt that he could have been developed or had more screen time. I felt he was always a bit too optimistic for my liking, you know, he was always happy, and it's not until like the second half of the series you really get to see in the inner feelings of him, because I felt like everyone else out of all the characters had their time to show how they truly felt and, you know, were their most vulnerableest. I never got to see that with Kaname until the second half of the series, but overall I did like Kaname. Tsugumu is another character I felt that could have had alongside Kaname more screen time, but I liked how Tsugumu thinked and some of the things that he said in the series. You know, he had this real outlook on life and that he just wanted to succeed in life and just do his best, and he really never took it for granted, and I really loved all these little snippets that we got to see of him as well when he, you know, smiled or laughed, because most of the time he's kind of just got this meek, blunt look on his face, and I thought I wouldn't get to see even a small smile from him, but you definitely do get to see that. My little sweetheart that I totally fell in love with also was Manaka. Has a very childish personality, and again, you may find her annoying. Manaka's childish personality doesn't really change much throughout the whole entire series. Through the course of things that happen in the series, eyes are opened up a little and she does mature a little bit. It was nice that she just stayed the way she was, you know, happily, bubbly. She was the most liveliest out of the group and the happiest she was. My favourite character out of this series was Chisaki. I felt Chisaki was exactly kind of like me. I'm afraid of change, and that's what she was. She was afraid of change. That trait is carried through so well in the second half, is when really the second half is when you get to see that she begins to mature and she begins to kind of accept change, and I really love that about Chisaki. Minus that I think she's so adorable. The show has a bundle of romance, more like a pentagon. You guys know what a pentagon looks like, and among our 8 main characters in this show, that's what it is. A giant pentagon of who likes who. Of course you think, how is this gonna work? It just sounds overly complicated. It sounds like it wouldn't even be done that well. Of all the characters liking different people, you know, how does that work? How does that not frustrate you when you're watching the show? To my surprise, it was done so well. Never confused about who liked who, and there was that equal screen time there was of showing that person conveying their feelings, these characters having their individual feelings for somebody else, and you think, how is that going to work with this, you know, 8 big cast of main characters? The way the feelings were conveyed, all the emotion, besides the beautiful animation, lovable, emotional, believable characters. Also, what makes this anime truly amazing even more is the music. Really in love with the opening and ending themes on first go. When I found out the opening and ending themes were by an artist that I really love, I've loved her for ages. She's a Japanese singer. Her name is Rei. Always loved her voice. And she just, she sings it out. She sings out the song of the sea. The rest of my life, I'm just going to be obsessed with the one opening, which is the second opening. It's called Ebb and Flow, and when Rei sings it, oh my god, I'm sent to another world. I'm sent to another world. It is just, I can't tell you, I've never had a song just put me at so much ease. Oh, it's just so beautiful. I'm definitely totally in love with the original soundtrack as well. Definitely the music in this series really sets the bar high. The emotional, dramatic scenes that occur in the series between the characters telling one another they like each other or they love each other. Music played such a huge part in this series, and it really does add to the aquatic feel. Yay. Totally failed on that kind of, well, supposed to be kind of a pun. This show does have a lot of plot twists, and you don't know when they're going to occur, and probably as you get towards the second half of the series, it just totally flew me through a loop of when one of the big major twists happens, and I was just like, oh my god, this is completely a huge game changer. Nagi no Asukara just represents so well the idea of change, of how we dislike change, and just through the plot of the series, through the characters, through all the raw emotion, it just displays that so amazingly, and that is one of the things that totally blew me away about this series. Just please, 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 if you have not seen this show, just go watch it. Already one of my YouTuber friends, Jester, is totally in love with this show, and it's already made it into his top 3 favorite anime of all time, which kind of, I was just like, wow. Go watch it, and just come back to this comment bar down below and you tell me if you fell in love with Nagi no Asukara or your thoughts about it, because it's definitely worth your time. Totally worth your time. Nagi no Asukara is definitely going to always have a very special place in my heart, and I am proudest of proud to own this amazing series in my collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this segment of Lita Anime Thoughts. Let me know if you guys do enjoy this segment in my channel. I would really love to know, because I would love to do more of these kind of videos. Don't forget to subscribe for more craziness and become a part of the Kino family. If you want to keep up with my anime antics, you can follow me on my blog at Lita Kino Anime Reviews. It's in the down bar below. And you can follow me on Twitter at Kino Reviews, where I am most of the time, because I have no life. And I will see you all in the next video. Maybe I've gone to Shioshishio instead. Bye-bye!